Welcome to the post-Thanksgiving edition of Litter Media Live. In fact, it's the Black Friday version.
We made our background in honor of Black Friday.
Yes, yes.
Maybe I should have had a turkey leg in my other hand. Yeah,
that would have smelled.
I got a mouse in this hand. I could have a turkey leg in this hand. Yeah.
I hear that Aaron enjoyed some juicy turkey yesterday.
That's good. You were the topic of our dining discussion about moist turkey yesterday.
We too had the same discussion at the Ramey Ranch.
See, Mike's Thanksgiving was right across the street from where I was, but I did not see him yesterday.
I was there. I was sleeping for about an hour on my couch with everybody there during the afternoon. That tryptophan caught me.
I cannot trust myself to sleep in front of family.
They said I snored a couple of times.
Well, I'm not worried about the snoring. It's the smartphones that are available.
Oh, evidence, yeah.
I was telling Amelia yesterday, I said, at one point in time when I was a kid, my grandmother on my mom's side and my aunt on my dad's side were staying with us, and they were both sitting in the chairs, and their heads are back asleep, and their mouths were open, kind of like little baby birds, and at feeding time. And I said, Dad, what's going on here? And he says, they're just getting an early start, so when they wake up, they'll keep talking. The mouth is open and ready to go.
Yeah.
Amelia thought that was funny. Good to have you with us here today on this Black Friday edition of Litter Media Live. Those of you who will be out on the roadways, be cautious. If you're in the stores,
be cautious.
Be civil.
Kind.
Be civil. We don't want any. I don't think people do that anymore, do they? I think it's become an everyday thing. So it doesn't. It's not just once a year anymore.
Well, they were making a big deal about was it Starbucks mugs? They had stores that people were fighting over them.
Is that right?
And that was before Christmas shopping season started. So
once again, I'm not a coffee drinker, so you
can have mine.
Wouldn't be a problem with me. Take my Starbucks. It's okay. Coming up in a moment, we'll get you caught up to date on what's happening with news, weather, and, of course, sports, this date in history. But let's look at that forecast because Mike says we're going to get snow, and that's because he's not going to be around
I'm not going to be there. Sunny skies today. It'll be cold, but nice looking out, sunny, high around 33, 34 today. Tomorrow evening, Saturday night, that's where we get a mixture of rain and snow showers, and some of the forecast that I'm seeing for our part of the state of Ohio indicates that you might see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of snow here, a little bit more accumulation farther north above Columbus. Mm-hmm. And then for next week, guys, enjoy. Temperatures will remain cold through Thursday with daytime highs in the low to mid 30s and nighttime lows dipping into the low 20s. Brr.
Aaron will be okay because he's married now. He has someone to keep him warm. How about that?
Well, you're married too.
I'm never cold because she's just a furnace.
Oh, yeah.
Forget that hot flash stuff. I mean, it's just all the time, all the time.
It's for you, brother.
You betcha.
She's hot for you. Oh my!
I did have my heart melt a little bit yesterday. Mm-hmm. Amelia comes over. We're sitting and we're reading, and we read several books. And what's really fun now is that she can read as well, and so she's reading to me some of these books. But we sat down, we read How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and so we're sitting there, and she leans over and she puts her head on my shoulder and she says, "Pop," and I'm like, "Yeah." And she says, "I'm thankful that you're in my family. I love you."
That's great.
And I'm like, "Oh my, how do I not
Are you going to make it through the show?
Yeah, exactly. So those things you didn't expect when you found out you were going to have grandkids at some point in time. All right, on the way.
Now, if your son would just do that.
I was thinking about this just this morning. My son, however, one of the most fun moments of being a dad, other than when he was a little kid, then he became a teenager and everything changed. But this was when the Cleveland Cavaliers won the world championship. I went out on the front porch and I screamed, "Finally!" Did my little celebration. But my son posts on Facebook, "Finally, Cleveland wins a championship, and I got to experience it with my dad."
Hey,
how about that?
How about that?
And that's the cushiest he's ever been. All right, coming up, we'll take a look at what's happening with news. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They can take care of those needs if you find yourself the furnace isn't working or my heat pump has decided to kick its last life. They have done what they've done to help you stay warm and cool over the years, and they added plumbing several years ago. So if you have a need in this vein, heating, cooling, or plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor is Accurate. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on our website, littermedia.com, and it'll take you right to their website, AccurateHVAC.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
You can follow along with what we're going to talk about here this morning when you go to our website. That's littermedia.com. Look at that deer. Isn't it cute? And there's what's happening next week. The bridge.
That's my alternate route.
They're going to start working on that. At any rate, you can find out some of the stories we've shared with you in previous days. Maybe you heard about them and you thought, let me go back and find out. This is your resource right here for all things good in our community.
At the top of our news this morning, one of those that you saw across the screen, Shawnee State University has received a $1.5 million donation from Mission Conversion Services Alliance, which is a joint venture led by Atkins Realis with partners Westinghouse and Amentum. This donation from Mission Conversion Services Alliance provides the university with the funding needed for the full renovation and expansion of the Advanced Manufacturing Center. The expansion will include new robotics and automation laboratories, creating a modern industrial-style learning space that mirrors real-world manufacturing environments. Students will gain hands-on experience with robotic systems, automation technology, and advanced plastics equipment.
Now that the election is over, Mayor Feeney has open office hours again. The neighborhood office hours will be Monday, December 8th, and that is from 11 a.m. until 11:45 a.m. at the Ross County Historical Society, which is at 45 West 5th Street there in the Heritage Center. Neighborhood office hours provide an informal setting to chat with Mayor Feeney about city affairs, and he has agreed to resume doing our monthly visits with him, or was it quarterly? I don't.
He was monthly. The commissioners were quarterly.
Gotcha. And so we're going to kick that back into gear again before too long. And speaking of the Ross County Historical Society, Andrew Hall will be here on Tuesday of next week to talk about their holiday open house, which is just around the corner, and other things that's going on with the Historical Society.
And if you heard us promoting earlier in the week that Noah Hiles would be with us this morning because he was recently named as the Special Olympics Ohio Male Athlete of the Week, his dad texted this morning and said he's been a little under the weather the last few days. So Noah, if you're watching, get well soon. Mark your calendar and join the Pickaway County Park District for Winter Walk-Along Wednesdays. Come meet new people and appreciate the beauty of winter at their parks and trails. The first walk-along of the season is December 3rd from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. at the Park District headquarters at 16405 US 23 in South Bloomfield. And just to help you out a little bit, that's the old golf course there along 23 that belonged to the Cook family for many years.
Cooks Creek. A benefit has been planned, and it's open to the public for young Langston Griesheimer at the Chillicothe Moose Lodge. That'll be January 11th from noon until 5 p.m. Chicken Noodle Dinner benefit is for the end-of-life and medical expenses, which will also include a silent auction and a 50-50 raffle. Again, this is open to the public on January 11th.
A reminder for a road report today that here in Chillicothe, both southbound on and off ramps for the US 23 East Main Street interchange remain closed until December the 20th. So we're still about 3 weeks away from getting that ramp back open.
Coming up, a look at sports. But first, let's tell you about what's going on at Hometown Motors Incorporated. The holiday open house continues. Well, they don't really have an open house, but I just threw it out there. Prices are so low, you'll probably think they've lost their minds. A wide selection of Skag mowing equipment is available at low prices right now. But once the clearance inventory is gone, so are those low prices with them. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. You can give them a call, 740-773-8826, or better yet, stop in at 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. Hometown Motors Incorporated, your store for the great outdoors.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
As we told you earlier in the week, we will not have a Player of the Week just due to the holidays. So we'll resume that program tomorrow, and coming up soon will be our Player of the Year. So stick close for that. Time for high school sports now.
Yeah, the Haynes Total Health Care Center High School scoreboard Basketball for the boys actually got started on Wednesday out at the Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic. Adena was a winner, so was Huntington, Logan Elm, Fairland. Elsewhere, it was Washington Courthouse over Westfall. McLean beat Paint Valley. Tree of Life over Liberty Union. Lancaster thumped Briggs 80-25. Athens over Belpre. River Valley beat Oak Hill, and East Clinton beat Fayetteville. On the girls' side, McLean beat Paint Valley. Goshen over Hillsboro. Eastern Brown down Valley. Trimble, a winner over, or check that, Vinton County beat Trimble. Now, there's a full slate of high school sports on the Haynes scoreboard today and tonight. We'll start with football tonight. The last of the area teams that are still playing, and this is the Division V state semifinal. The Wheelersburg Pirates take on, yes, Youngstown Cardinal Mooney. I think if the Pirates win this, they'll end up winning it all. So keep an eye on that score later tonight. In basketball, out at the Zane Trace Tip-Off Classic, what time did you say this started?
Starts at 1 o'clock today.
It's Piketon against Ross Christian, followed by Waverly Fisher Catholic and Chillicothe Bloom Carroll in the nightcap. And on the other games in their area, just some of the matchups, Vinton County at Southeastern, Miami Trace at Meigs, Wilmington at Hillsboro, and New Hope at Eastern Pike. There's a number of other boys' games. Girls' action includes Heath at Amanda Clear Creek and Ross Christian Academy taking on Coal Grove. But follow all of those scores later tonight on the Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School Scoreboard.
Joe Burrow made his return last night, and Lamar Jackson did not seem himself. I don't know if he ate something bad before the game or what the case may be.
He ate a raven instead of a turkey.
Yeah. The Bengals whipped the Ravens last night, 32-14. The Bengals had a kind of a neat image they showed yesterday. It was Joe walking towards the field with his rain parka on. It was kind of neat, almost like a cape was on him getting to go out there. But 3 of their last 4 games are at home now. The Bengals will play at Buffalo this on December 7th. Then the rest of their schedule shows them at home with the Ravens, so they'll have a rematch. They'll be at Miami, then they're home with the Cardinals, and they finish with Cleveland. And the Browns will host the 49ers on Sunday, and that'll be a 1 o'clock start on CBS.
College football this afternoon. The Ohio Bobcats are at Buffalo. That is on ESPNU if you want to watch that ball game. And there is still a chance for the Bobcats to get into the MAC title game, but they need some help along with a win today. And, of course, there's a pretty big game up north tomorrow. The Ohio State Buckeyes against that team up north. That is a noon something kickoff.
Yeah, it says noon, but I think Fox is kicking it back to 12:15 like what they did last week. Lieutenant governors have made a wager. So Jim Tressel and Garland Gilchrist, if the Buckeyes prevail, then Michigan's lieutenant governor will wear an Ohio State sweater vest. And if it's the other way around, it'll be a blue and maize sweater vest on Lieutenant Governor Tressel, who was 9-1 against Michigan.
I've seen a couple of graphics that have been posted the last 10 years where it showed Ohio State winning 6 in a row and then Michigan, of course, winning the last 4.
And I think right now it's the series is 22-22 and 8 or something like that. So, and I may be wrong in those numbers, but it seems like I saw that the other day. I can't recall how long the series has been going on.
I believe it was the late 1800s, 1890 something. Yeah.
So 22, so that's only 40-some games. I would think it would be bigger than that. So we'll have to track that down, see what, maybe that was for the Big Ten championship, maybe.
Probably so.
I don't know. Also, the 6-0 Ohio State men's basketball team will be on the road to Pitt tonight. That'll be at 7 o'clock on ESPN2. Cleveland Cavaliers are in Atlanta tonight, and the Blue Jackets are back on home ice with the Pittsburgh Penguins.
The Penguins are probably the most appropriate mascot for ice hockey.
I would think so.
Being on ice.
Unless you're an Eskimo.
Yeah. And we don't have any Eskimo mascots in the NHL.
Well, the Canucks.
Is that what it is?
Aren't the Canucks
I thought
Canadian
that was
Eskimo?
I thought that was a French term for just if you were French Canadian Canuck.
I don't know.
Our producer will have to look that one up. I don't know. That was good, man. Quick on his feet. And for this date in history, we're going to stick with sports. Dug this one up over the last few days, and it's got a local flavor.
Did you dig it up or did it come to you?
No, I dug it up.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Canucks can refer to slang for Canadians or to the Vancouver Canucks professional ice hockey team.
So it's,
just Canadians.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
There you go.
Stay with us. 1920. We're coming back in just a
moment. Now you can know.
Yeah, and now you can know. Oh, goodness. There's no bill when there's a fill. Contact Litter Quality Propane today about their metered gas service at litterpropane.com.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time for this date in history, and we turn the clock back to
1920. If you were watching football yesterday, probably one of the three games you might have caught was the Detroit Lions playing in their annual Thanksgiving holiday football game. Well, there's a local tie to how that annual tradition got started. The Ironton Tanks were the originators of what eventually became the Detroit Lions Thanksgiving Day game tradition. The Tanks first played this annual game the day after Thanksgiving on Friday, November the 26th of 1920. Facing crosstown rival the Lombards, that was the Lombards, which was the name of that team, the Tanks won 26-0. Now, the Tanks continued to play on this national holiday through the year 1930, which was Ironton's last season. The Tanks were a semi-pro team, but did play some NFL teams. They were unbeaten in 1922. They won a state championship in 1926, and they beat both the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants in 1930. They have a strong claim to be the best team not to be in the NFL. So fast forward, when they folded after the 1930 season, many of their players went down the river, so to speak, or up the river, I guess, I don't know which way it flows, to Portsmouth to play with the Portsmouth Spartans.
That would be downriver.
Downriver. The Spartans fold in 1933, and they become the Detroit Lions. Mm-hmm. Well, the owner of the Lions, G.A. Richards, asked some of his players, which many of them were former Ironton Tanks, about what they thought would bring a good turnout as far as a game? Well, the Ironton players, remembering they had great crowds on the Thanksgiving holiday, suggested that. So the Lions start playing on Thanksgiving Day. They enticed NBC Radio into broadcasting the contest, and lo and behold, almost 100 years later, they're still playing in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. And compliments of the Ohio hiking trails and historical sites for those pictures, which were the Ironton Tanks playing the Chicago Bears in 1930 at Redland Field, later to be named Crosley Field in Cincinnati. So when you watch the Lions, it really was a byproduct of the Ironton Tanks. So there you have it.
Now you know the rest of the story. Did you ever, during your broadcast career, do a game down at Ironton?
Yes.
At Tank Stadium?
2 or 3 times, yeah.
They used to have some photos of the guys on the outside of the stadium. I've not been there for a number of years, but just seeing the banners and everything and the history of that area was just a lot of fun to read about. And
yeah.
As we walked from the parking lot, I had to stop and soak it in a little bit before we stepped into the stadium.
In fact, this some of this story, it's titled "Where the Tanks Were Tops," is on one of those markers on the stadium. Yeah. Now they had some damage this past spring. One of the tornadoes that hit part of the stadium. Obviously, they got it fixed up because that's where the Ironton Tigers high school team played. They got hit by another tornado later in the season, so to speak. But,
yeah, different kind of tornado.
Yeah.
I one of the things that I remember about playing at Ironton, Chillicothe playing at Ironton, was Matt Moffmer was place kicking at the time, and he kicked the football on top of the building.
Oh, wow.
On the what would be the east end of the football field. And they had to run and find the football.
Yeah.
And another, they were warming up, and there was either a bass drum or a tuba player. I can't remember which it was, but this is pregame warm-ups, and they were kicking towards the west end, and that's where the band had a stage area. And the ball went through the uprights, bounced off the ground, and came up and did one of those America's Funniest Home Videos segments. And the player, and not the football player,
he took a knee.
He took a knee. And since then, I think the Ironton band members wear cups since that.
I can understand.
Unfortunate moment.
Yes.
All right, that's it for the program today. Coming up, we've got a special edition of Litter Media Live at noon today. One of our sponsors will be joining us here, Whitetail Acres, and their roasting and, I can't think of the other name for the life of me.
You rolled that right off on Wednesday.
I know, and now it's rolled off my brain. But you've probably seen some of their advertising on our website, littermedia.com. We're going to find out more about why they do what they do and how they do it, all coming up at noon today here on Litter Media. So for Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon, enjoy your weekend. Stay warm.